And I think that's a perfect place to end today's conversation as we kind of look ahead to the future. I see that our two panelists are with us now on Zoom. So like I said, Roberto will be with us for the next 30 minutes, as well as he moderates this panel session with two young designers from El Salvador. Roberto, I'll leave it to you to introduce Marjorie and Maria Jose.
Yes, thank you. So based on the Idea Week experiences and all these design activities, I was able to connect with these two younger designers, Marjorie and Maria Jose, or Majo. We call her Majo from now. And I just found out, I saw a picture from Majo on her first year of university while I was on my last year of university, and how they assisted to a lot of these activities we were promoting, and how we were able to connect, and how they were able to ask those questions as I did to some of my mentors. And they always showed up this initiative to get more and to learn more and to discover more. So from one end, we have Majo. She's the co-founder of Groby Design, and she will talk us more about it in a moment. And on the other side, we have Marjorie. She's really excited what she's doing. I'm not sure if I'll be able to explain it well. She's doing some cool visual projects, and I think with NFT involved, and creating her own brand and exploring others' activities, but also always active and connected with their colleagues also. Thank you guys for being here and sharing this space. The first thing I wanted to ask you from your own perspective is, how do you remember the Idea Week's activities and what you've learned from that? I don't know if you want to start, Marjorie or Majo.
Well, I can start if it's okay.
Sure.
Well, I think that the activities that I remember the most right now is the one that happens during a quarantine, because I think that COVID bring a lot of bad things to the world, and it was really hard times for everyone. But also it made us to use internet for what it's supposed to do, and that is to connect like globally and to talk to people around the world that probably in normal circumstances it will be a little bit more harder, because you have to move, you have to travel, and it takes time and everything. But for me, those talks that were happening during this week was very impressive, because you can listen to this, for me, huge speakers, and to be able to listen to their experiences, that you admire them since you start the career and start investigating about the fundamentals of design or innovative projects. You just admire them for that. And then to learn about their experiences, it's surreal, because I think sometimes you take success for granted, and you don't realize how much effort, how much investigations are behind every brand, every project, and every product. And then when you know the story behind, and then you know the investigation, you give them a different value of where you are seeing. And also the ones that were happening before COVID, that were in real time, for example, in the coffee shop in the downtown of San Salvador, or also the workshop. You have all this knowledge from people that you admire and that are putting a statement of design in El Salvador, and you have their experience and their knowledge and into a conversation. But besides that, you also have this bonding experience with the design community, where you are able to create these human connections that are necessary to take your career into the next level. Because when you are a student, you learn things from scratch in the classroom, and you learn like the theoretical things, like technical things, but then you need to create this networking that truly helps you in the future to make your ideas real. And you don't know if the person that you are meeting in the moment, you are probably going to need them in the future, and they probably are going to need you too, to take these ideas that are also on paper to make them real, and also to share perspectives, to share points of view, and also knowledge that are so necessary during the creative process and during to solve these problems that we all are always trying to resolve in our country, and I'm sure that in every part of the world.
Thank you, Marjorie. What about you, Majo?
Well, hi everybody, and well, first of all, happy anniversary, and I'm very excited to be here to share all those things with all the people. And well, for me, Idea Week was a guide to know more about Salvadoran and global design. When I was in my first year of career, I met all those peoples and those experience that they shared with us, and it was very uh, exciting and important for us because the career was very new in the country, and we didn't know much about a lot of a lot of topics. And uh, this space that they created help us to find a way in the design career. It was a very big challenge because in the first year of the university, we didn't know anything about the career, the world in general, right? And this space helped us to create these networks and uh, to learn more about the things that we uh, uh, like to do in the future, right? And it was very important in part of the story of the industrial design here in El Salvador, and is one of the more um, yes, was the more important step to work in this work of design in, and not only know people in the design world, also in the politics, medics, and others uh, in others career that help us to create solutions and innovate in every product that we create in all our career. So thank you, Roberto, and all those people that were involved in this project that now help new generation to be more um, to be more creative, to be more involved in all those themes that now is very necessary to create more solution based in the human being, because design is not only create some products to that is pretty, is create a solution, and we are creating this network to do all those things here in the country and apply it in every way that we can do it. So thank you.
Thank you, Majo. What can you explain us a little bit of what you do now from Krobi Design, and how those experiences help you to shape what you're doing now?
Well, I'm co-founder of Krobi Design. This is a design studio that with my partners Laura and Kimberly, we created a business model based on responsible design. We use natural materials and we work with local artisans. We create this idea based in a lot of things that we learned during the career and after that in other job that we have. And it started like an idea, but now it becomes a lifestyle because we don't only apply um, that philosophy in our products, also in every day in our life. And well, I have to say that IDW is a sort of inspiration for this. It was part of it of that, and we designs products, fashion products. We study a lot of slow fashion, and it was very difficult because it's a challenge to create a product that is nice with the environmental. We pay a good price for our artisans. Is very important for us to 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 take care about our artisans because the techniques are very the techniques are very valued to our products, and the talent that they have is unique, and we have to uh, uh, be we have to be grateful to these people because they are um, changing this day with the techniques that they have, and also also we create more network with these people, not only for for the job they have with us, also the other people know the techniques and consume the products that help they to have a better lifestyle.
Yeah, you connect them with other clients, right?
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. What about you, Marjorie? What do you do now? I know you're in a lot of different things, but how do you define what you do now?
Well, I have like two lives of design right now. And in my full-time job, I develop products for supermarkets like Walmart, and we create products to home, for example, kitchen utensils or toys or whatever you can imagine that you can sell on the market. We created and we develop the products since the design, and then it goes to a mass production. So it's been very interesting to see this process because you have to explain to the producers how to do things, and also all the technical things, and also to evaluate like the final prototypes and in high quality, and it's really really interesting to see all of this. And I think like the career and the experiences, it helped me a lot in order to solve problems, because I think that product design and industrial design, it's a main solving problems, and you learn to play with the circumstances, and to see difficulties like possibilities instead of obstacles. And yeah, it's been really cool to work on this. And then one of the things that I learned in the ID week is to learn the most I can, because I have like a lot of interested. I was interested in so many things while I was studying. I was interested in creating products, in illustration. I was interested in graphic design, and I couldn't decide what to do. And I always asked to the speaker. So I was that person that always asked the same thing. And I always ask them, how do you decide what to do? And I remember that one speaker told me, you don't have to. Like, you can do whatever you want, and everything you learn are going to be worth it for the future. And eventually you can combine them. And with this, I started doing digital illustration, and I create a project of NFTs with other two girls. And this is a very new world for us and for everyone. And we are practically selling our illustration and art. And we create this concept about created for women to honor women. And people truly resonate with that, because in every part of the world, we really want a change for how women are treated, or, to value this statement. And now we are having, we have two collections now, and we are connected with people around the world. It's a global thing. So we have people in India or in Australia or in Germany that has her pieces, and they truly value them and embrace them. And one of our main objectives for this project is to help other girls to connect, to find their audience, because I think that there are people out there that want to see art and that want to buy art. And in El Salvador, there are so many people talented that they can make a sustainable living for what they love to do. And we really want to eventually connect these girls that are do illustrations or that do art with an audience or a community that can help them to buy them or to share their work, and to create like a more sustainable living of what they like to do in their free time, for example.
Interesting. First of all, I just want to take a moment and acknowledge the big process you do had all this time since I met you. I remember both of you with a lot of questions. Obviously, I have my own questions too. I still have them, but I've seen how you've grown, both of you, and how you've taken your own process and your own growing time into each one of those directions you've taken. And I feel really proud of you too. And there's a lot of people I met through ID Week that I've seen them grow as you did also, and you're still doing it. And I think that's the most valuable, like how we can connect with these persons that they grow without they grow based on their inspiration and their curiosity to learn and grow. I remember Marjorie doing me a lot of questions too, and I not always had all the answers, but I think that helped a lot also for me to understand that we are in a position sometimes because of the context in El Salvador, that we have to assume some roles that maybe we are not ready to take, but we have to so we can all grow together. So I think now you are becoming also that position, and I'm pretty sure you both inspire younger generations to discover and learn. And following that logic, I just want to ask you for a final thought on what would you say to your younger self from 5-6 years ago? Like, from what you've done now, what would be one tip or one advice you will give yourself from before? You can think about it.
But I think that what I say about learn the most you can, it has been really helpful for me, because everything that I have learned through my career and when I was a student, I always find the moment where I can apply it, or eventually I can combine all this knowledge and create new ways of doing things. And also, I think that I will say to myself that to create things with identity instead of following a trend or a way, or trying to be like someone else from any other country, because probably that product developed in Italy or in the US, it's developed in other countries, in other contexts that probably is not going to be work for my context. And to create things with identity is going to create a value that people are going to connect with. And design, it's more about human connections than design in itself. And to create with identity and also to create with purpose, we are going to be able to find people that resonate with, because creativity should have parameters, and these parameters, it's, to create something that it's going to be valuable for the world, or to create these connections. And times are changing and people are looking to consume things with social responsibility, or to give a message and to create a connection with your identity and not trying to be like someone else.
Thank you, Marjorie. What about you, Mo?
Well, I will say face your fears and do all those things that scare you, and that nothing have to stop you, and all the things that you want in the life, you will be able to do it. And for more difficult that they were, you have the ability and the possibility to learn all the things that you want to do and be.
Nice, thank you. I just had one more question before our time is end. Comes to an end. Is that what do you hope to see for the future of design in leadership? Sorry, to see for the future of design leadership in our community or around the world? What do you hope to see as the future of design leadership?
Well, in my case, I think that I hope to see more design studios, more projects that younger generations could be able to apply to it or to work with, and more initiatives that makes our community stronger. Because I think that ID Week, for example, was making these unions and to bring the community together. And I think that that's something truly necessary, because in there you can create like the connections you need, and to motivate to younger generations or to the or actual generations to do things and to not stay in our comfort zone. It's going to be what changed everything, and to create new business models, to bring new brands, to create new products, and to see this community of design like with more force and with more presence in the world or in our country.
Nice. What about you, Maho?
I like to see the new generation do solve some problems that we have very strong right now, like in politics, in the environment, in gender, in all the things that we have a new business model with this vision to create all those solutions through the design. and create a better planet. Is a dream for many people, but I think that is not impossible. And in the design career, we can help to do the dreams to do the dreams true.
To make the dreams come true. That's what we all wished for. Yeah. Great. Well, I just want to share also my input on that. I feel this change from back then to now, that we are more people involved in the accountability to make the design scene in El Salvador grow. And that includes you too, obviously. And now, obviously, you still have questions. I still have questions. I don't have anything solved yet. Maybe I'm more advanced than what I was 5-10 years ago, but I'm still growing up as you are. But you came to a point that you're also in a position that you're, even if you haven't like became aware of, you're already leading the design scene in El Salvador. So I expect to see more of you, more Majos and more Marjories, more Wilders, more Tere, Moran, more Eric, more Pedros, more everyone we were able to connect back then, that they're already leading, but being more aware of their impact and their influence. You're already influencing younger generation, even if you don't understand or you're not aware of it. I remember Marjorie asking me, and I was like, okay, there's more people knowing more than me. Why you're asking me about that? But that was a process. And I think you're now in that point too, that don't be afraid to share and lead and take the first step on those conversations. Obviously, you're not alone. We are at least 3 of us now, but we know more people in El Salvador and now in the world that we can connect and join forces to make it happen. So I'm really eager to see what's coming in the next years. I'm sure El Salvador will still thrive in the design scene in the world. I'm sure El Salvador, as you said, Marjorie, has this identity that we as designers need to develop more and engage more into that conversation so we can stand out from the world and put our own granito de arena, I want to say, but our own part or our own piece into the conversation of world design. So I'm really happy that we were able to share this time. I'm really happy to see what's happening in the next years and what until where we can come together. And obviously, I think I feel, and maybe you share that feeling too, that we feel we're not alone and we are together. And even if we don't talk all day long every day, we know we have each other to support us and keep growing together, right? So thank you both for your time. Thank you, Sarah, Natalie, and the WDO for this space. We feel really happy to be part of the World Celebration. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Roberto. I don't think I could have said it better myself. Thank you to Maria Jose and Marjorie as well for joining us and sharing your leadership perspectives.